Hi, and welcome part two of my review of the HTC Tytn 2, or the Kaiser. I think the next thing I want to do is just go back to looking at the construction of this item, because I know that the original Tytn was criticised for not being built too well, and obviously the Achilles heel of a device like this is going to be the sliding keyboard, and of course that's sort of accentuated a bit by the fact that it's got the tilting screen, which is great, but these are things that can break. So obviously we need to be satisfied that the construction quality is of a high standard. So let's have a little bit more of a look at how that works. Okay, now I've tried to get the light as bright on this as I possibly can, so you can see inside. But I know I went through this in the first video, but let's just have a little bit more of a look. Here you've got a plate, quite a strong metal plate, and down here you'll see there's one hinge and there's the second hinge. Now, looking at the construction of this item, those hinges look very solid. That's a metal plate there, and it does feel extremely rigid. Very nicely built indeed. You've got a couple of little pads here. Don't know if you can see that. Bring that up there. There's one there, which are just damper pads, so it doesn't snap, I guess, too it doesn't snap too hard when it closes. They're only stuck on there, I think, so they could fall off, but no great shakes, I don't think. So the important thing is that it is nicely constructed. It feels quite firm when you use the tilt, so it will stay in any of the positions. Comes up at a 45-degree angle like that, so that's quite firm. And when you're closing the keyboard, it snaps very positively closed. And when you're holding the device like this, it feels substantial and it feels very solid indeed. So anybody who had the original Tytn thinking about upgrading to this one and are concerned about construction quality, in my view, I don't think that's a concern at all. Okay, well, nothing's perfect, and that goes for this device as well. There are problems with it as far as I'm concerned. As nice a piece of kit it is. One of the problems is it's quite heavy. So let's just put it on the scales. Now, I should say that the book reports the weight at 190 grams with the battery installed. So these are just a pair of scales that I've got. So let's see what they record the weight as. And look at that, absolutely bang on 190. So no problems there. But of course, it is heavy. And the reality is that when you put this in your pocket, you'll certainly know it's there. Put it in a shirt pocket, it's not going to drag your shirt down, but it's again very noticeable. Having said that, I've owned an O2 XDA, which is the large VGA machine that HTC made for several phone operators, and in comparison to that, this is tiny. But you can see, in comparison to my hands, at the end of the day, this is not a massive machine by any stretch, but the weight might put some people off, but it's not a great problem as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let's have a look at the keyboard, which we haven't gone to in a great lot of detail so far. So let's have a quick look at that. Let me first of all just show you the soft keys, which let's bring the light around a little bit. Get rid of the shadow. There we go. There's the soft keys there, and obviously corresponding with the bottom bar there. In this case, calendar and contacts, or whatever program you're using. The problem with those, apart from the fact that they're very small, is that when you try to get them, when the screen is tilted up, there is a bit of a gap there, so my fingers forced between the bottom of the screen, and the actual keys themselves are a little bit, you can probably see around there, so you've got to get your finger in there to actually press down on them. If the key's flat, then there's plenty of space, not a problem. So if you're operating like that without the tilt up, then there are no problems at all. Another nice feature is the function and caps keys are notified by a couple of LEDs. So if I press the function, then unsurprisingly the function LED comes up. Press it again, it goes off. No, it doesn't. You've got to press the function first. And there we go. And the caps key, again, similarly there as well, for your caps lock. Nice feature. Let's have a look at the keyboard in a bit more detail. You can see that the obviously the blue symbols will be activated when you press the function. You've got easy operation here on the function for the wireless. So press function, and that gets the wireless going. As you can see, I've now switched the wireless on. It's searching for my wireless network, and there it is. That acquired very quickly, which is good. What else have we got on the keyboard? You've got a symbol pad. Let's just bring up Word and I'll show you that. Okay, so I've got a blank Word document up there, so if I just press function symbol, and there you go, you've got the symbol pad comes up, so that's quite useful. What else have we got on the keyboard? Page up, page down. You've also got in the corner here another function, which is to bring up the Explorer, File Explorer, if you press that one. So there we go, File Explorer has come up by using function and File Explorer key, which actually I find quite useful. That's pretty useful. The actual keyboard itself is very tactile in terms of the way it feels, but the feedback on all the keys is not too good. It's strange when you're using the outside keys, say from Q, W, E down to that sort of area there, and a similar size area on the right side. Not too bad, quite tactile, but when you're getting to the center keys and particularly the spacebar, the feedback isn't so good, and you're not quite sure that you've pressed them. Not a great design on the keyboard in terms of the center buttons there. I don't know what's going on there, but that's something to consider. You also got a Windows button there, so obviously press that, and then your Today or your Start menu comes up like that. Again, it's useful. Okay, I think that will probably just about do for this part. What I'll do in the other videos is we'll start looking at the actual configuration of the system itself, and of course have a look at that all-important built-in GPS, which is obviously a very important feature of the Tytn 2. A lot of people are selling their GPSs in replacement of these. So is that a good idea, I wonder? We'll see. So that's it for this part.